So we need to be able to plot points when we start working with graphs, and this is a skill that always seems really easy, and it is once you get used to it. But if you get it backwards or you mess it up, the whole thing is done. So let's go ahead and be pretty specific. We're not going to spend a ton of time on it, but I want to make sure that you have the basics. So this is the x-axis, remember, and the x-axis tells us how far right or left we are going, and then this is the y-axis, and the y-coordinate tells us how far up or down we are going. And when we start here at this x-axis, the further up we go, the bigger the number is, and they are positive. Hopefully you can tell, positive 1, 2, 3, just like our number line. And then as we go down, they're the negatives. Same on the x-axis. When you go further to the right from this line here, you're going to go bigger and bigger positives, and here you've got smaller and smaller, the negatives on this side. So those are, sort of the basic ideas here. Now, when we start worrying about plotting points, the good news is it's always the same, and it's alphabetical. So it's the x coordinate first, and then the y coordinate, and this is forever and ever. So I have a list that I have placed over here with some points, and if we look at this, let's just go ahead and say this is our x and this is our y. And one of the things that I tell students to do in my traditional classes is, if you get this backwards, just write in the x and the y. It's not going to hurt you, and it takes all of a millisecond. So here we've got 2. Now remember, the 2 is telling us how far right or left we're going. So this is 2. It's positive, so that means it's going 2 to the right. So it's going 2 to the right. Then it's going to go up 3. Again, positive tells us it's up. And the 3, it's the second coordinate there is on the y-axis, so it's here. So it's where those two things meet. So it's over 2, up 3. And that's our point. So that's point 2, 3. My suggestion would be to go ahead and pause this video and try to plot the remaining 4 points. And if you can, great. And if you can't, I would suggest doing a little bit extra work on this, because again, it is this skill that everything else after this depends on, no matter where you go in graphing. So go ahead and pause it if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and graph the next. So this next point is, and again, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just say this is, remember, this is the x, this is the y. I'm going to write that in for all of them. So x and y, x and y, x and y. All right, so I've got the x's and y's, and so hopefully I won't forget that. And this is saying to the right 5, down 4. So the negative is tells me that I'm going down. So to the right 5, and then down 4. And there's our point. Sorry about that little curvy mess that I just did there. So that's 5, negative 4. The next one negative 2, 4. All right, well, that's a negative 2. So our x value is negative 2. That means we're going to go to the left 2. And positive 4, so that means we're going to go up 4. So that is my negative 2, 4. And you'll notice that every time I do this, I'm putting in parentheses. That's telling me that this is a coordinate, a set of coordinates. The next one, negative 3, negative 5. So again, to the left, negative 3, negative 5 is down 5. So there's our point. So that's negative 3, negative 5. And then the last point that I have listed here is 0, 0. So that's telling me I'm going 0 to the right 0 up or down. So that point is right there in the middle. And I want to mention just a couple other points that I don't have written here. So I'm going to put down 5, 0, and 0, negative 3. Just random little choices there. But point being that here I've got 5, 0. So again, here's my x, here's my y. So it's telling me I'm going 5 to the right. So there's my 5 to the right. And it's telling me here's my 0. I'm not going up or down at all. So it's sitting on the axis. So that's 5, 0. The next one is, again, my x and my y. It's saying I'm going 0 right or left, but I'm going down 3. So 0 right or left, down 3, there's my point. So that's, you really do need to practice this, even though I know that many of you are going, this is just too easy. It is, but you need to get really good at it and really confident, because you're going to be using the heck out of this to do other stuff in just another video.